Tommy Rees, per ESPN's Chris Lowe, is now the top candidate to be the new play caller in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Nick Saban zeroing in, it sounds like, on his guy. The report is that he is on campus today, Thursday, in Alabama. So take of that what you want to. Let's just break down the facets of this from Alabama's side. To me, it checks a lot of boxes. Like, is it the NFL pedigree that we were expecting with the Joe Brady or the Brian Johnson? Not necessarily. I don't think that's a deal breaker. Quarterback guru. Played quarterback in college at Notre Dame, quarterback's coach at Notre Dame, as well as the OC, so he's got that working for you. He's going to be able to help whoever it is that steps in as the day one starter for Alabama. I say day one, it'll be their first time starting for Alabama. It'll be a new feel for them taking the field as the starter. So he'll be able to speak that language, be in sync with his quarterback, and know how to help them best, having played the position and having coached quarterbacks already throughout his career. The second piece of this that Alabama was looking for in their next OC, be able to speak the language of the run game. Alabama, it sounds like, wants to get back to being vintage Alabama. Not in the sense that they don't want to still throw the ball effectively. They do, but they want to set the tone. They want to make sure that you feel them quarter in and quarter out with how they control the line of scrimmage, running the football. Last year, Tommy Rees's Notre Dame squad ran the ball right around 200 yards a game. So yeah, my guy knows offensive football, not just quarterbacks, but also pounding the rock. So it's a good sign for the people in Tuscaloosa. Here's the thing that I would get most excited about if I'm an Alabama fan trying to sift through the feeling of Tommy Rees potentially being your next OC. You saw Notre Dame last year. They got left for dead after that loss to Marshall. A lot of people were shipping them down the road and saying, are they even going to make a bowl game? Are they going to be able to do anything offensively? They lost their quarterback. All they did was roll off a solid 9 wins with a backup quarterback the majority of the year. Tommy Rees last year did more with less. I'm not dunking on Notre Dame. I'm just saying you compare what he did at Notre Dame and then supplement that with the ingredients he will have available in Tuscaloosa. I feel optimistic. I feel optimistic about what he could bring to the table. Scored right around 32 points a game last year to Notre Dame. Again, that's without your QB1 you had going into the year. So I think Tommy Rees makes a lot of sense. Like I said, a lot of optimism around him potentially being your next play caller at Alabama. Really quickly, if you have not yet subscribed to the On3 YouTube channel, the Hard Count is live every single day, and we want you a part of this. We want you a part of this college football community that is continuing to build. So we appreciate you and thank you in advance for that, for subscribing. Also, follow me, like I said, on the socials at JD Piquel, on Twitter as well as on Instagram. So thank you in advance for that. Let's flip the perspective a little bit here. If I'm Tommy Rees, I'm feeling like Charlie Bucket. And that name maybe sounds familiar, Charlie Bucket, but Charlie Bucket is the little boy in the famed story Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Charlie Bucket finds himself with a golden ticket. That's what this is for Tommy Rees. Tommy Rees has now just acquired the golden ticket because he's 30 years old. He's the offensive coordinator at Notre Dame. Think about just the opportunity this would be for Tommy Rees, for his career. Coach under the greatest of all time in Nick Saban. Coach a loaded roster. Alabama just recruits 5 stars like it's their job. I mean, talent out of the ears. It's also a springboard to whatever else you want to do in the college football world. Look at guys that have had the OC job at Bama. Kiffin, now a Power 5 head coach. Steve Sarkisian, Power 5 head coach. Bill O'Brien, NFL OC. The Alabama OC job, to me, is a lot like investment banking. I had a lot of friends out of school go and do whatever investment banking job they wanted to do in New York or LA or Atlanta. And there was always the thought of, well, why would you want to do that? That's going to be hard. It's ridiculous hours. It's not fun. It might be that way under Saban. He's going to grind your gears a little bit. He's going to pull the best out of you. You are going to work hard. Will it be fun all the time? I don't know. I'm sure winning is fun. Much like being an investment maker, I'm sure making a lot of money is fun. But after you do it for a short period of time, you put your time in, the entire world is open to you. You can go into real estate. You can go into other finance jobs because you put in the grunt work. in that investment banking field. Same thing for Alabama as the OC. You go and coach under Nick Saban. I mean, you're signed, sealed, delivered to a variety of different opportunities, like the track record says. So here's what it comes down to for me for Tommy Rees. Is he able to, / does he want to leave Notre Dame? Because there's some roots now in South Bend. Played quarterback there, went to school there, has coached there now for a really long time, had success there. Notre Dame is home for Tommy Rees. When Brian Kelly left, Tommy Rees addressed the team in the team room and said, yeah, I'm not leaving. Don't worry about that. This is my place. This is where I want to be. Now, you pair your loyalty / where you essentially grew up as a coach to a golden ticket opportunity playing for Nick Saban. It's kind of honestly like quite frankly, my position when I was doing the YouTube independently in Texas. Family in Texas. My wife's family in Texas. A job that I enjoyed. Great people I was working with. That was home. That's where my loyalties lie. However, do you want to stay the same or do you want to push and grow and get outside your comfort zone and try and test this thing and see what you can do? Tommy Rees, do you want to see what you can do? Do you want to go and attack whatever your coaching career could be? Because if so, you got the golden ticket. Being the OC at Alabama. Now, far be it for me to tell Tommy Rees what's best for him personally and professionally, but on paper, you go be the OC at Alabama, not a lot you can't do in the football world. Being 30 years old. I'll leave it at that. Tommy Rees, again, the top candidate right now for the Alabama Crimson Tide to be the next offensive coordinator. So we'll see what happens there. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.